Now, here we go. This is, speaking of kids, this is awesome. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look on them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you even unto death. Completely true statement. Completely true statement. If, however, you are indulgent but unable to make your authority felt, kind-hearted but unable to enforce your commands, and incapable, moreover, of quelling disorder, then your soldiers must be likened to spoiled children. They are useless for any practical purpose. I think that speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. If you are so lenient with your troops, when they say indulgent, that's what they mean. They mean like super lenient.
Yeah.
When you're lenient with your troops, when you can't make your authority felt, when you're super kind-hearted, you're unable to enforce your commands, all those things, you're going to end up with spoiled little kids for troopers. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be worthless. I got a little saying about kids.
Lay it on me.
If you're helping them, you're hurting them. Think about it. Right. If you're helping them, you're hurting them.
Yeah.
You want me to tie your shoe? Tie it yourself. Right. Because when they tie their shoes, that literally trains their fine motor skills.
Yeah.
If you want them, if they want a glass of water, go get your own glass of water.
Right.
They want help moving, something across the hallway, you move it across the hallway. If you're helping your kids, you're hurting your kids.
Right.
And I could take it one step further and say, if you're hurting your kids, you're helping your kids, but I'm not going to do that.
Too far.
Too far.
You're hurting them.
But really, I do think about that. When your kids ask you for something, you got to say, okay, is this something they can do themselves? Even if it's a struggle for them, even if it's a challenge for them. Right. I mean, for a while, my daughter was, we're late for school and, can you just tie my shoes? No, I can't tie your shoes. You can tie your shoes. Right. And that's when they work on their fine motor skills. And that's when they learn that they have to get the skill and they become more self-reliant.
Yeah. Yeah, fully. And obviously I'm not going to wage some kind of semantical battle with you or nothing like that, but it depends on what you mean by help. And I talked about this before, where you have systemic help and direct help. So systemic help is exactly what you're doing. Tie your own shoes. How about I teach you to tie your shoes? Or how about I prepare you for this shoe tying world that you're about to embark in? That's systemic help. That's the real help, in my opinion. Same thing like a homeless person. You give a homeless person $1, that's direct help. That doesn't help. That's hurting them, as you would say.
So what is that called? Direct help?
Direct,
So
yes.
don't give your children direct help.
Direct help, systemic help. Your job is to prepare kids to do everything, ideally. Right. Look, that's in a perfect world. Everything on their own by the time they move out.
And you actually can prepare a human to do everything on their own, because at least you prepare them to face a challenge, research how to overcome it, practice overcoming it, and then overcome it. So if you teach them... If you teach them, you say you can give them a fish or you can teach them how to fish. Yes. You can teach them to learn how to fish on their own. That's what you really want to do.
Yes.
Put that on a T-shirt.
No, yeah, that's it. That's absolutely correct, right? So if you go the more systemic, you could probably end up breaking it down into maybe 3 things. And, whatever those things are, I know they're going to have something to do with how to think, how to manage your emotions, how to adapt, like a lot of the real basic things that are going to, in one way or another, apply to everything.
Yeah. It's interesting that you go from, this isn't back in the book. I went back to the conversation.
Right. Back to the book. Then
it's funny how you're talking about Sun Tzu, Art of War, and we're talking about kids, we're talking about business, talking about nightclubs, talking about jiu-jitsu. All right.